Since the Chachamim knew that even if somebody made sins and he did TeShuva, if that TeShuva is based on fear, which 99.9999% of all people that do TeShuva, it's based on fear, if not 100%, because fear is in essence the biggest motivator in the human psyche, that converts all of the sins that were purposeful to accidental. Now, although the punishment is not as dear, still there is a stain on their neshama. There's a stain on their neshama, so they can't get rewarded in heaven the same way they'll get rewarded had they not had that stain. So what do you do for that? You do tikkunim. What's the tikkunim? Now the Chachamim in previous generations would, according to the Zohar, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the Arizal said that each time a person wasted seed, or he was with a nida, or did any of these immoral sins, they would have to fast a certain amount of time. So for example, if someone wasted seed, they would have to fast 84 times. For a single session, a single sin, 84 times. If he was with a nida, he has to fast 84 plus 82. So 166 times they'd have to fast. Now, that's for a single sin. Now, surely, people sin more than once. So now, in past generations, people were able to fast a lot more than us, and there's also certain strategies where you could do a certain mitzvah that counts as if you fasted many, many times. If you fast for 2 days straight, if you fast for 3 days straight, but most people can't handle that. Most people can barely handle fasting for 1 day. So what do the Chachamim do, including the Baal Tanya? Baal Tanya says, fast for 1 day during this time, or any time really, for the specific sin, and the rest of the times that you've sinned, fix it, do a tikkun with money. Do a tikkun with money. You go, you analyze how much it costs you to eat bare minimum of food per day. You multiply that by the number of fasts you owe. So let's say, for example, you sinned 1 time, that's a wasting seed, that's 84. Cost of food, let's say $5. 5 times 84 is 420. So you have to give $420 in tzedakah. This is not part of Maasel. This is not part of Maasel because it's in essence money that you owe. It's like stolen money, if you will. So $420 that you give for the sake of this sin. Now you can't just give it to some zoo or some average local rabbi that just teaches nice things but doesn't talk about bleed. You have to give it specifically for the sake of this teachings, meaning anyone, whether it be myself or be anybody else in the world that teaches this subject, and you want to help promote this subject and the publicity of this kedusha, this holiness in the world, this is what you donate for. This is what you donate for. Now this is not just for men, this is also for women. Women that have been walking around immodest their whole life and caused men to waste seed. Women that intentionally caused men to waste seed, whether it's with pictures, films, or even being with a person. Each time you're with somebody, you have to do TIKKUN HABRIT and also TIKKUN NIDA. Some even say they have to do tikkun for each time that she was with herself. The Ben Ish Chai alav shalom says that each time a woman is with herself, she's doing Maaseh Mitzrayim, she's doing the wickedness of Egypt. That's why the Rambam forbids it in the Mishneh Torah. Talks about it's forbidden for a woman to be like that. It's considered the acts of the Egyptians because they were immoral, the Egyptians. So a woman that's immoral with herself, it's also a sin. And the Ben Ish Chai says that she produces demons just like a man produces demons when he wastes seed. And those demons hurt them. They hurt their ability to make money. They hurt their ability to have children. They hurt their ability to learn Torah. They hurt their ability to have shlom bayit. Put it this way. Some of the greatest mekubalim we've had throughout all of the generation, including this generation, literally say this: the root of all of your problems, all of them, money, marriage, children, anything, health, the root of all of your problems is connected to the issue of brit, kedusha, man or woman. The root of all of your problems, more than any other part of the Torah, the root of all of your problems, the father of all evil, comes from the wasting seed, comes from desecrating your kedusha, desecrating your holiness, because that's your holiness. So this being an auspicious time for that tikkun is why you'll see certain keilot, certain congregations, especially in the Hasidic world, and some really serious Sephardics, and some really serious Ashkenazim, you'll see that during this time, there's teachings about this. Sometimes people learn in private, sometimes they learn in sessions. There's people fast once, twice, 3 times a week. Most importantly, a lot of people take whatever money they have, instead of wasting money on stock markets and watches and sneakers and more junk that they don't need, they use that money to publicize teachings like this. Why? This is the root of all of your problems. So with that being said, Rabotai Yekarim, we have this time, this Parashat Shemot. We're starting Parashat Shemot. This is the beginning of Shovavim. This is the time to fix. We are meant to be a light unto the nations, not to follow their misguided practices. Remember, every Jew has to remember that he's a Jew and she's a Jew. We don't celebrate non-Jewish holidays, even if they seem harmless. It's a zilzul, disrespect to the Torah, and could lead to Chilul Hashem, desecration of God's name. Stick to our holy Torah and our own holidays. That's the path of a true Jew.